You're looking awfully festive. Bug, you know what the question of the day is? Ice fishing? Or ice skating? That is rock solid, boys. Oh, of course we're going ice fishing, dude. We ain't going ice skating, come on. Maybe Swimsuit Girl wants to go ice skating, but we're going ice fishing. And that kind of cold means one thing. Crankbaiters, boys. I got another one in my pocket. Oh, a little deeper. Bunch of Berkeley Fritz size. So hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't do it for me, do it for Festive Bog. You are so festive. Happy holidays, happy New Year, Bog. Oh, yes, 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 yes. You kind of actually do look cute. Yeah, let's roll out. Totally gonna need some of these. So the one thing we are lacking is DT6s, Rapala DT6s in my favorite color. So we're gonna stop in here at GTO and grab some baits real quick. So there's a million colors of DT6s, but there is a couple that I absolutely love. And it's because the water's kind of dirty. Where we got DT6, here is one, red crawdad. And you can see it's like a red and green combination. Absolutely perfect for dirty water. Let's see if they got the other one. This guy right here, this is another like red crawdad color. This is Delta, I think it's like Delta Craw. Basically, it's a red craw. Yeah, are you starting to get kind of like the feeling? Red is wonderful. How festive they are here at GTO, bro.
Every day. We're always happy to be here, bro.
All right, so we got our artillery. Let's go get out to the lake, dude. Paul, high five for crankbait fishing. High five for let's go then, man. So there's two absolute standards when it comes to this crankbait fishing in winter. And when I say standards, I don't mean they're the best. They're pretty damn good though. They work almost anywhere. You can play with your colors on that, but it's the action that really matters. I'm sure there's some crazy JDM stuff and some real nuanced local stuff that might be better in some situations, but if you're just getting started out, I gotta show you this too. These are the ones you wanna use. I'm gonna tell you some details about them. Number one though, when I'm rigging this deal up, I always put an owner crankbait clip on there. What it does is it allows me to switch fluidly between different baits without retying all the time. And frankly, I don't think the fish care. A lot of times you're doing this cranking with some semi-stained water, which is exactly what we got. Biggest difference between the two. DT6 casts a little bit better, runs a hair deeper. This guy, it's a little harder to cast because it's flatter and I think it might be a hair lighter, but it is a little bit bigger bait, runs a little shallower, and it's a little flatter kind of wobble. It's a little more subtle. DT6 is pretty subtle. This is ultimate subtle. Both of these are absolutely stellar for winter crankbait fishing. I got myself an SLX DC. So we're gonna try this thing out today. Basically, it has a chip in it to control when it slows down. So basically, it's like a computerized braking system. I have that set up with a Scott Canterbury Signature Series. It's a crankbait rod though. So it's not your standard medium heavy. It has a very moderate or composite style feel. So the tip basically has a very soft bend to it. They don't like slam the bait like they do in June, May, or during spring. They just kind of suck it up. So it's all about having the right rod to just load up on its own with that soft tip and set those treble hooks in. There she is. That's a better one. See, I was just, oh, that's a good one. See, I was just kind of like worming that crankbait along the, like the grass line along the bottom. He got it. That's a big one, Bob. Look out. Stay on there. She's only got one hook. That's a nice 3.5 pounder. We've been playing around with some colors. The rain kind of came in a little bit. It's not like pouring down rain, but it's dripping a little bit. Nice little fat gunner's little bass. Well, what do you say? Get her back? Let's get her back. But we've been playing around a little with colors and the water temp's getting down there. And grab this little yellow. The water isn't clear, it isn't dirty, it's kind of just gooey. And you notice that I wasn't even reeling the bait, I was just kind of dragging it, almost like we've talked about with the trap. So I don't know, maybe we stumbled on something. Got him that time. Oh my God, dude. Dude, he followed it up. Oh my God. Bro, this fish followed it from here till Tuesday. So something I might have forgot to mention is sometimes they follow the crankbait and they smoke it at the boat. Let's get her back, dude. Nice 4.5, 5 pounder. Just a beauty, dude. Get you back down there. So I gotta admit, guys, I cheated. I actually put on a DT8. So, and I'll tell you why. I look at a DT8 and a DT6 as pretty interchangeable. Let me get it out. You'll kind of see by looking at it. They're pretty much the same baits. This is that Red Cross still. It's just got a hair more bill on it. It's the same size basically. And the reason I did so is it looks like the water's dropping and the fish are getting a little bit deeper. You still fish that DT6 like around like steeper banks and that, but I'm a little off the shore. You can see I'm like maybe 40 yards, 30 yards offshore, and there's a little bit of a hump that sticks out as you go down this kind of vertical line. And I just wanted to get down there a little deeper so I could hit some of the rock on that point. And that DT8's a great tool. It's not a bigger profile. The wobble is still super subtle, but it gets down maybe 1.5 feet more, you know, not like a full 8 foot, maybe like 6, 7 foot, you know, especially if you make a long cast. But oh. Got him. That's another good one. See, I was worming it again. Dude, that's a giant spot. That is a giant spot, Bug. Look out, we got a boat flipping. He's only got one. Oh my God, dude. That's what's so cool with this pattern too. You literally catch smallmouth, you catch largemouth, you catch spots. What a freaking donkey pig. Look at that spot, dude. That's a spot with spots right there, boys. All right, Spot. Let's see you run. Too quick for the camera. Got him that time. That's another big one. That's another spot. I kind of found this little hard spot, and they're stacked up on it. We caught a really big largemouth, and then we went spot fishing. Dude, it's so fat. Those things are so pretty. That same color style bait, I don't know if they think it's craw or shad darting on the bottom, but that red craw, dude, is absolute fire when you get to this time of year. So there's really 3 things you want to do with this thing. It's over, next to, or through. Yeah, I'm targeting rocks. Rocks are great for winter. They kind of retain heat. The fish relate to that hard cover. Oftentimes it means too that there's a more vertical structure. Fish like that vertical structure. Through would be timber, you know, a lay down tree, something along those lines. Cover. That wood also retains heat. It also usually, when it falls off the bank, falls down into deeper water. So you're allowing yourself to cover a lot of different water columns. The other over is going to depend on where you're at. I'm on Lake Gunnersville. We have grass all year. Now that grass isn't beautiful green flowery spring, you know, cut my lawn grass. It dies, but there's strands that are left, like little bitty strands. Bug, do you like grass fishing? Yeah, me too. It's excellent, but we have to talk about the Fritz side, bud. I know you're very festive. He's super festive in his outfit, but you go over that grass, and every once in a while, especially with this Fritz side, it'll interact and maybe hang on that grass. But you're fishing super slow, so you're gonna feel that happen. You kind of just pause and give the rod just a little pop. It's almost like trap fishing, but in a very slow manner. And the beauty of it is this is kind of a slower rise or a floating bait, as well as that DT6, and that pause will allow that bait to kind of shift back and get out of that grass, and that little pop will clear the grass off of it. But that's kind of the concept that you keep in mind. Contact is almost always better, with that exception being sort of grass, and then maybe if you run into some bluff walls and you're fishing it next to those bluff walls, you're still kind of almost interacting with the rock, but you're running it next to that rock.
Look out, Paul. Please be a bass and not a drum. Oh my God, dude. Look out, Bog, look out. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a monstrous monster. Wowzers, dude. Wowzers. That is a, doesn't even fit on camera. We gotta get away from this rock wall. That's a freaking monster, dude. Holy but doodles. Bro, they're biting. They're biting next to a rock wall. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. Over things, through things, next to things. This would be a next to thing.
Well, homies, we definitely got to put this one on the scale. She's got the head of an 8-pounder, but not a body, I don't think. But dude, I'm about pissed myself because there's a bunch of grass laying on the surface, and I thought I hung a clump of grass, and then all of a sudden going whoa, 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 whoa. So we got the scale, the old digital. Bog is freaking out. We're gonna put this girl on the scale. Check this thing out, dude. Absolute stud. Let's see what she weighs. She needs more body. 6, 3, 4. 6, 3, 4. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but just an absolute stud, dude. Want to get this thing released though. Giants like that, get them back, right?
Bro, what a beaut. Get back down there, homie. Go swim your way.
Victim of the DT8, boys. We got a pattern now. Like, that is an absolutely epic way to wrap up the day. Bro, we smoked them. Like, we absolutely smoked them. But before we cut out, I want you guys all to give a like and subscribe for Mr. Bogster. This dude is freezing. I'm cold. He is free. Aren't you freezing? I'm so sorry. I should have dressed you up a little bit warmer. He was a trooper, dude. He held in there. You know, a few big fish kept him kind of fired up, but he held in there. I'm going to go through a couple colors. We talked about it at the beginning of the video, touched on it, but I want to kind of go through. I try to keep tackle pretty simple, and these are some basic colors. So the highlight of today, and I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you, and that's red. This is a DT8. It's in like a red crawfish, something along those lines, but like a red orange. One of my favorite colors in the Berkeley Fritz side is actually just that. I guess it'd be like an orange sort of caramel. I don't know. It's got all the good stuff. Orange, yellow, red. You can fish this pattern all the way through spring. You see a lot of stained water in spring. And there's something, too, with the fish's eyelids when the water gets super cold where they don't see as well. So even if you have clear water, red is an absolute ticket, dude. And they will choke it. You will have to pry it out of them. So I'm going to show you one more that's kind of unique. And then I'm going to show you one of the standards. And you guys are going to expect that one. One thing that I like with square bills is having something in like chartreuse, and that's pretty standard, but I also like yellow. And I actually lost my yellow Fritz side. I forget, it's like honey shad or something like that. I don't know. It's like a yellow kind of tint to it. There's something bright about yellow that shows up just like the red, and I think it's something that they don't see. So I like those yellow colors. I don't think it matches anything, maybe the crayfish or something like that, but your yellows and square bills absolutely show off. Then, you know, your standard colors, and you're going to recognize this one right off the bat. Green gizzard shad. Rapala finally came out with a green gizzard shad. You know, it's that green with an iridescent pearl finish. Absolute killer color from clear water to stained water. Brim, bluegill, shad. It mimics them all. One of my absolute favorite colors. It doesn't hurt that I caught like a 13 and change off of it. And we caught 49 pounds off of green gizzard shad. But it works. That's really the standard. But the gist of it is, you know, have yourself like a shad colored crankbait. Have yourself something bright so you can deal with some of those, you know, some of those dirty water situations. And then have yourself some red, dude. Red is the absolute standard for spring. It kind of keeps it limited. You can play with colors from there and do some custom stuff. Oh, one more quick one, because you can't forget about pink. If you are in a smallmouth or spotted bass fishery, try playing around with pink. You might have to custom spray your lures, but my buddy over on Wilson, he actually sprayed me a couple OSPs and a couple diving crankbaits in fluorescent pink for the dam. And yeah, they work. You know, something a little different, stands out in that dirty water. You know, you always have to tweak things for your region, but If you got those 3, I guarantee you can catch a bass in winter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. I had an absolute blast hanging out with you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Support grassroots fishing. I try to be honest, direct, and bring you real stuff that's actually really going to catch you fish. And there's a lot of YouTube channels who literally lie to your face. And I'm not here to do that, dude. I love fishing. I want you to love fishing as much as I do. We will see you next time back out on the water or hanging out in the garage. Tight lines, homies.